Welcome to episode 1 of Livin Free Outdoors. My name's Michael Walker, and I am a musician and an outdoorsman. I also happen to be the host and producer of Livin Free Outdoors, which honestly doesn't mean a whole lot, but it does mean two things. One, I get to put this pretty face on camera and talk about the show. And two, I get to decide what we're going to do for each episode. So I've decided that for this very first episode, all we're going to do is talk about the show. I'm going to take a few minutes and tell you what you can expect to see here and tell you some things you won't see here that you might see on other shows. But before I do that, I have a confession to make, and that is that this really isn't the first episode of Livin Free Outdoors. That's because the first true episode of Livin Free Outdoors aired on the Pursuit channel in January of 2014. Now, we had a full 6-month run from January through June, but I made the decision somewhere around episode 3 or 4 that Livin Free Outdoors wouldn't be returning to television for a second season. And the reason for that was I didn't think that the TV format worked well for what I'd always intended the show to be. And it wasn't a content issue, it was a time issue. And it wasn't that there wasn't enough time, it was the exact opposite. There was too much time, and I was having to put stuff in there that I really didn't want to put in there. So we finished out our contract in June. We said thank you, and well, here we are doing the show the way that I always intended it to do. And I'm really just glad that we live in a time when technology allows somebody like me to do something like that. Anyway, got that off my chest. Let me tell you what you can expect to see here on Livin Free Outdoors. And the truth is, there are no set rules, so you could see just about anything, but mostly what you're going to see are 3 things. One, you're going to see hunting, because hunting is my absolute favorite thing to do. Number 2, you're going to see some fishing, because I love to fish. Fishing's kind of easy to film, and I love to eat fried fish. And I will tell you that what I fish for personally on any given day is very highly influenced by how that fish tastes when filleted, rolled in cornmeal, and fried in hot oil. Number 3 thing you're going to see on Livin Free Outdoors is something you don't normally see on other outdoor shows, and that is you're going to see some gold mining. And that's because besides playing music, gold mining is the one other thing I do that actually makes me money. So we've got hunting, we got fishing, and we got gold mining. That's pretty much what you're going to see here. Now, let me tell you what you're not going to see here. You're not going to see a bunch of fancy graphics up on screen. You're not going to see any dream sequences or flashback scenes or anything like that, because we don't do that kind of stuff here. You're also not going to see any opening or closing credits. There's just no point in it. And even though I'm a musician, the use of music will be extremely limited. And lastly, you're not going to see any sponsors on Livin Free Outdoors. I do have to say that I have things that I personally endorse, both as a musician and an outdoorsman, but you won't see me promoting any of those things during episodes. If you ever see any of that stuff, you're going to see it in the extras, like product reviews, tips, recipes, those kind of videos, but you will not see that kind of stuff in the episodes. If all you want to do is watch episodes of Livin Free Outdoors and never see any of that other stuff, you can do it. Now, there is one more thing you find missing from Livin Free Outdoors, and that is a website. And that's because since we're not doing this to make money, I don't see any point in keeping up a website. But if you do go to livinfreeoutdoors.com, it'll take you straight to our Facebook page. If you do go there, be sure to like us. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can find us at our Twitter handle, which is @LFOutdoors. And if you want to follow me personally, which I highly recommend, my Twitter handle is @Californic, or you can just do a quick web search on the word Californic. You'll be able to find me. And I think I've said just about everything I wanted to say for this episode. But if I did miss anything, I figure by the time we get to episode number 500 or so, you'll know everything there is to know about the show and everybody in it. So I'm going to shut this thing down, but before I do, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and watch episode number 2, which is a hunt that originally aired on the Pursuit channel. We just condensed it down a little bit. And I'm going to sign off of here the same way I used to sign off when I was on TV. And that's just simply by saying, until next time, get outside and do something.